Two dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the two dudes and our attitudes ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast, shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E. The two dudes with the attitudes to bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.
It's Two Dudes with Attitudes, a wrestling podcast with your boy Ryan Enjoys Wrestling and the Heartbreak Dude Denton. And this is our WWE edition where we have a jam-packed show, my friends. We have SmackDown, we have NXT Battleground results, we have Raw, we have NXT the episode, and we have our Clash at the Castle prediction. So it is a jam-packed show. We're excited, and Ryan, it's Father's Day, so
that's right. That's right.
We'll do what we want to.
That's right. Yeah. Except, I'll do whatever my wife tells me I have to do, but you don't have that problem anymore. But
not anymore.
But yeah, I mean, it's my day to do what my wife tells me I have to do. So
that's what Father's Day is all about. That's right. The tradition of Father's Day.
Stand up, stick it to the man. But but no, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, the future fathers, current fathers, baby daddies out there, everybody, you name it. Happy Father's Day. Pay your child support.
I was gonna say, as long as you're doing your part, do your part, and then it's props. Exactly. If not, get out of here with that. All right. Well, we got to get this show going, and we got some news. So our producer, Mr. Ryan Enjoys Wrestling, is gonna hit us with the news. What you got?
Yeah, we got I don't know if you've heard the latest rumors in the WWE, but a lot of contracts are up, and we talked about this last week. But one of them being Chad Gable. Chad Gable's contract allegedly was up on June the 7th, which was last Friday. But now there's reports that he is close to, or maybe has finalized his deal with the WWE, and he is close to re-signing. So, I mean, obviously, he's wrestling at Clash at the Castle this Saturday in Scotland, and I don't feel like they would have him commit to that if they didn't have a deal in place. And so, yeah, I think Chad Gable's definitely coming back to the WWE. And then some other big contract news is, we'll probably talk about it a lot come Monday Night Raw when we do our Raw breakdown, but Ricochet is allegedly, quote unquote, done with WWE. He gave his notice to the WWE, and he is all but out the door. His contract is up in some time. Nobody knows. Originally it was June, now it's mid-July. I don't think it's up at all, but there's people that are saying that his contract is there. The reports are all over the place, but as we saw on Monday Night Raw, Ricochet was, quote unquote, written out of TV by getting brutalized by Braun Breaker. Samantha Irvin went with him in the ambulance, and that may be all she wrote for one Ricochet, formerly known as Prince Puma in other companies. But there's strong reports that he's heading to AEW. I'm not so sure about that just now. I mean, I'm going back and forth on it. I am going back and forth on whether or not I think he's AEW bound, but the WWE put out a statement that said that, in storyline mode, they said that Ricochet suffered, really bad injuries, but he is out for an undisclosed amount of time. Okay. But they didn't say, like, if they were writing him out of TV, they would have said Ricochet's career, he suffered career-ending injuries at the hands of Braun Breaker, and the statement never said that. So I feel like maybe there's a chance he's re-signed, or they killed the character off and he's going to come back as one Prince Puma or somebody else in WWE and have a completely different gimmick, a completely different look, and maybe a completely different feel to him, because he's been tweeting his displeasure lately. And a lot of people have been wondering if this is going to lead to either him leaving or him just changing his character. And apparently he was pretty popular in Lucha Underground, I think it was the place he was before as Prince Puma. He was like their champion for a while. And so who knows, but Ricochet is either done with WWE in AEW bound, or he is coming back to WWE as a different character. I'm torn on it. I'm torn on it.
And then we got one more, right? You got Becky Lynch because she's done, right? Her 90 days.
Yeah, Becky Lynch's contract is up. She is officially a free agent, and you know, I'm just waiting for Tony Khan's special announcement that we're going to have a pay-per-view in Ireland right after All In. It's going to be I don't know, maybe they'll do Brawl In, or it'll be in Manchester or somewhere. I don't know my geography. I don't know
Manchester.
I don't know if there's a place called Manchester in Ireland, but I'm sure there is. But yeah, you know, I think they're gonna. I'm just waiting on Tony Khan's big announcement that they've signed somebody. Rebecca Quinn is coming to AEW, but she's just taking time off right now. She'll be back. I think when Seth comes back, she'll come back. But I think nobody really knows what she's doing because she hasn't been on TV in the last 2 weeks, and they don't really need her. WWE is thriving right now.
100. Well, the thing is, Chad Gable, he's re-signing. He's not going to AEW. AEW don't even want him. There's no point to talk about that. I'll get into Ricochet on Raw, but Becky Lynch for sure is not going anywhere as well.
No,
Tony Khan could offer half the stock in the company, and that's worth less than what she'll make at WWE yearly. So she's not. The thing is that she's going to take time off. She doesn't have to worry. It's not like WWE doesn't want her. And then when it's time to come back, she's probably going to be a mom. Maybe go act, maybe do some relaxing things, maybe, you know, make another baby with Seth, who knows? And then when she's ready to come back, she'll come back. It's not like, sure, I mean, she'll do what she wants to do. Being a free agent means nothing. We jump to conclusion too much because everybody has a voice on the internet. So you hear too many things.
That's all it is.
Nothing's happening.
And then some other breaking news that actually came through maybe like 10 minutes ago or so. But Jeff Hardy is apparently a free agent with AEW. And I know we normally talk AEW on the next episode, so that has nothing to do with but this is intriguing because according to PW Insider, Jeff Hardy is set to become a free agent on June 14th, which is tomorrow. So his contract is up and his next destination might have already been revealed. Hardy is set to return to TNA Wrestling this weekend for the company's Against All Odds events, as well as the upcoming TNA tapings in Cicero, Illinois. Against All Odds takes place on June 14th, the day Hardy becomes a free agent, and the TV tapings take place on June 15th. But you know, Jeff's brother Matt Hardy is Broken Matt Hardy again, back in TNA, and he's scheduled to be wrestling Moose at Against All Odds. So maybe we're getting Brother Nero, and
that was his name, Brother Nero.
Yeah, Brother Nero and Broken Matt together again in TNA. Now, what does this have to do with WWE? Well, there's TNA and WWE are having a partnership, and next week on NXT television, there's a 25-person battle royal to figure out the next contender for Trick Williams' championship. And Jeff Hardy could make an appearance in that, and Matt Hardy can make an appearance, and several other people, because Cody Rhodes, we'll get into it when we get into NXT, but Cody Rhodes said that people from other locker rooms will be there. So we can't say Forbidden Door on AEW or on WWE television, but maybe the prohibited portal is upon us with that's some Vince McMahon would say. That's something like the prohibited portal, pal.
Vince says pal. I didn't know that. You got that, pal.
Yeah. But yeah, so Jeff Hardy's allegedly a free agent too, so he might be coming back to WWE in the near future. So maybe we're getting the Matt and Jeff reunion versus the Dudley Boys in WWE instead of in AEW. So
well, they blew that. They had their chance in AEW. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone's leaving right now and re-signing, and supposedly MJF, who knows how much his contract is. So too much. Yeah, who knows? I mean, I'm surprised that hasn't been said yet. But
they came out and said it. Somebody came out and said he's making $15 million a year. He was signed to a 5-year deal, I think, for $15 million a year. That's like $75 million.
$75 million. So he was almost the first $100 million man. Yeah, Tony Khan just throwing it out there.
Yeah, that's all dirt sheets fodder. Nobody really knows for sure, but who knows?
But still, I love MJF. I think he's the brightest star right now going on in the WWE. But $75 million, Tony Khan will never make that back. That's pretty much wasted money. That's so stupid. Anyway, all right, you ready? You ready to get SmackDown, bruv?
Yeah, let's do
it. All
it.
right, let's get SmackDown and the review. Let's go. Cody Rhodes is waiting for AJ Styles. The Bloodline is out for a promo, and Heyman says Solo is the head of the table until Roman Reigns returns. Fans chant for Roman hardcore. Tunga is also now the right-hand man. Kevin Owens and Street Profits attack. After the break, Solo tells Heyman to book a 6-man tonight, or he'll have Tunga like rip his head off or tongue, or I forgot what it was. It was something like Bizarro. I don't know where that came from. Cargill and Belair defeat Hartwell and LeRae because that was a good match. After the match, tag teams brawl. Nick Aldis tells Cody to calm down, bro. Let's take it back to the ring. Apollo Crews gets jumped again. LA Knight wants Logan Paul. Instead, he gets Carmelo Hayes. Grayson Waller defeats Johnny Gargano. AJ Styles finally arrives, and Cody runs to the ring, and basically we're going to have an I Quit match at Castle in another 2 weeks, and then they get broken apart, and Cody Rhodes as a babyface beats up security guards again. I don't know what's going on, but once again, we get Cody versus AJ with 2 weeks booking. Triple threat for the women's tag team titles is announced. LA Knight defeats Carmelo Hayes, obviously. Tiffany Stratton, for some strange reason, wants to team up with Nia Jax. Mitchin wants none of that, so she throws water in Nia Jax's face, and they brawl. Bayley cuts a promo and is interrupted by Chelsea and Piper. Piper says Bayley has everything handed to her, and she will win the title at Clash. Logan Paul cuts a pretty damn fire pre-taped promo and calls LA Knight mid. Naomi versus Chelsea Green next week, and in the main event, the Bloodline and the KO and Street Profits end in a DQ. After the match, Owen gets put through a table, and that's the SmackDown review. Bruv, what you got? What do you want to talk about? A lot happened in a little amount of time.
We need Roman Reigns back. This like he needs to come back. I can't. This story with the Bloodline, it started off hot, but now it's just it's reaching at the point of repetition. How many times? How many different varieties are we going to get of Kevin Owens and the Street Profits taking on Solo and Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa? Last week it was Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa. This week it's a 6-man match. Next, 2 weeks ago it was a tag team match between the Street Profits and Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Like, it's just wash, rinse, repeat every single week now with this story. And I do feel like there's a plot afoot. I feel like Paul Heyman is probably the best actor right now that's in WWE, maybe. And I feel like maybe he's leading a betrayal of Roman Reigns, and he's trying to pretend like he's not involved. And I think that's, we talk about how Roman Reigns is going to turn face. I think that's the perfect way to turn him face, is to have Paul Heyman betray him. And, he's really on the side of Solo and Tama Tonga, and all this has been a ruse to get Roman Reigns to come back. And then boom, that's how Roman becomes a babyface. But we'll see what happens. But they need him back pronto, because this story is officially dragging right now.
Yeah, this story is pretty atrocious. And like, you laughed at the part where I was talking about Tunga like ripping out Paul. I don't know. Like, Solo is just like trying too hard. Like, you either book this match or else. And Paul's like, why would I not? It's a 6-man tag. Like, why are you threatening me?
But also, like Paul Heyman makes matches. So what if Nick Aldis says, you know what, I kind of want to see you take on Tama Tonga, so no, I'm not going to book it. So like, or like Nick Aldis is the one making the match. So like, I feel like that would have been more impactful if Solo had said that to Nick Aldis, because then it's like, if you want the Bloodline on your show, you book this 6-man match. And plus, like, why are you wanting a 6-man match? Like, we need something else. That's some Teddy Long stuff right there.
Dang, old school. But no, I agree with you fully. I think it's jumped the shark, basically. It's pretty stupid. And the reason why is because none of them are wrestling. You can't have Solo, Tunga, and Tunga just do nothing with themselves all the time, because why am I afraid of them? You made up the perfect example why. If you want to get Roman Reigns to be a true babyface, if you want Solo to be truly taken seriously, when Roman returns and he says, "Wise man, hand me that mic," and he doesn't hand it to him, and he's like, hello, and he looks over, and all of a sudden Paul's like smirking or doing something, and the Bloodline beats the shit out of him, and Paul Heyman cuts a promo, basically, which I could never even do justice for, basically telling him, this is, this is what you get, and turning and this and that will make the Bloodline important and make Roman the most over babyface in company history. So I think it's all, that's the way it needs to go. Will it go that way? I don't know, but either way, we are getting a Bloodline A versus Bloodline Wolfpack, and That's just how it's black and white versus the red and black, and that's what's going to happen. So no matter what, and we'll have you know, Jay ain't doing nothing. Jimmy's going to return. We have The Rock, who will team up with Roman again, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, it'll all go down. Big Survivor Series match in the cage again. War Games.
Yeah. They need him back pronto, because I don't know how much more of this I can take. You know, I used to look forward to the Bloodline segments, and now I'm like, all right, like, I mean, now it's something I have to watch as opposed to something I get to watch.
And we'll get into something else on Raw. I feel the same way with something on Raw too, where it's just the same fudging thing every single week. I'm like, dude, let's get some new writing up in here. But let's talk about something that isn't the same. Oh, wait, it is. Cody Rhodes and AJ. What do you think? Did you like it? The I quit? Are you, I mean, are we going to have a Mick Foley voice? I quit. Or what are we?
I don't like this at all. And we talked about this last week when AJ cut the promo about his semi-retirement from WWE. He's going to lose, and he's going to quit. And so Cody Rhodes is not dropping the title unless there's some sort of shenanigans afoot, maybe with Uncle Howdy and those people. But even then, I still think that AJ Styles he's not winning. And so all this is just pointless to me. The fake retirement speech was pointless. This I quit match is pointless. This is 2 weeks before the big show, and tomorrow's show is the go home show for Clash at the Castle. There's probably going to be one more big event big moment between them. But I don't know, like, this just these guys had a great match at Backlash, and I have no doubt they'll have a great match at Clash, but I just don't care about this match because it's one of those things where I already feel like I know the outcome before even watching. I don't even have to watch this match at Clash because I know what's going to happen, that AJ's not going to win. So
and I love that you say that. Yeah. And I love that you say that, because when you have matches like this, you have to give us something that we think might, like an I quit. There's no way that I'm like, oh, AJ's got the advantage, he's gonna make Cody say I quit. No, it needs to be like a no DQ or some kind of stipulation that benefits AJ Styles, that will give him where you might think like, oh, okay, maybe AJ will like sneak or maybe Mitchin will help. I don't know, but yeah.
Like, do we really expect Cody Rhodes to quit when the man wrestled Hell in a Cell with a torn pec? And you know, he never tapped out to Brock Lesnar. He was knocked out, but he never tapped out. And
knocked out by an armbar, by the way.
Yeah, by an armbar. He was knocked unconscious, but he never tapped out. So like, am I supposed to believe that he's going to quit based on that? Like, no.
What AJ Styles finisher is he going to use? Doesn't he use like the John Cena one or something? I don't know. I don't even see it like happening. It's stupid. It was also, the build was stupid too. Like, Cody was that fired up off of that I quit moment. I feel like Cody's been done dirtier than that. I don't know why he was so furious that AJ faked a retirement, and he was like in the parking lot, and then he waited in the parking lot. But then since the OC was in the car, he decided to take it to the ring. I was confused on that too. Like, I don't want no, we're going to the ring. And then just everything. And then AJ seemed upset by the I quit, but then didn't. And once again, why are we baby faces beating up security guards? Back in the days, if you beat up a security guard, you weren't a baby face. Why does the crowd's cheering that Cody's just beating up people doing their jobs for $20 an hour? I don't understand that at all. Like, they're like, yeah, Cody, beat those dudes up who are trying to prevent you from getting in a fight.
Those are future NXT champions that he's beating up. So
yeah, we'll see it one day when they're like, do you remember when Willis McGee was the guy?
When Cody Rhodes knocked him out in the middle of a fight against AJ Styles. Today in wrestling history.
Right. I still think it's just stupid though. You can't beat up security guards as a baby face. I'm over it. Let's get into one more thing. Logan Paul, because I want to talk about Logan Paul, because Logan Paul gets so much hate. Still, this dude is like a full-blown committed professional wrestler. He's a champion. He gives it his all. He beats up YouTubers like who bully other people. Did you see that? He beat up some random guy who was like, I mean, he seems like a genuine good guy. Like, I know he made a mistake and this and that, but he seems like you're young. I don't think anybody understands how it is to be a millionaire and be like 16, 17 years old and be in your early 20s. Like, now I feel like he's grown up. He's figuring himself out, his life. He has a long-term girlfriend now. He owns a hydration company. But that promo that he cut on LA Knight was not only 100% factual, but holy crap, was it good. That was one of the best promos I've seen in quite a while. And I know pre-taped is easy because you could have re-recorded it, but it looked like it was one shot the whole way. It looked like he was following a camera while doing it. So even if he retook it a couple times, it was still flipping amazing. And I just love the fact that he put LA Knight in his place, where he talked about how I have literally faced champion after champion after champion after champion, and you faced nobody, but you think you're better than me because you say, yeah. It was flipping amazing. So if I was LA Knight, I'd be tucking in my tails right now. I'd actually be upset by that promo. Even if I agreed to it, I'd be like, bro, you didn't have to cut me that deep. That's like a burial. That was like a John Cena type promo right there. It was pretty good. I loved it. I was all here for it.
Yeah, I enjoyed this promo. No, I liked it.
You're gonna disagree. Okay.
I liked it. No, I thought the promo was great. I like that he called him. What did he say? He said, I have the promo right here. I compete with the best in the world, real champions. You've done nothing to merit my attention. You're a walking catchphrase in a denim vest. You hillbilly looking ass Aladdin.
Yeah, that's a hillbilly Aladdin. That's right.
And then he was like, let me tell you something, bro. There are levels to this, and you're not on mine. So go back to the mid card where you belong, with everybody saying Logan Paul. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. I mean, that's the perfect promo for a guy like Logan Paul to cut. And I feel like we've been missing that. We didn't really get that with his Cody Rhodes stuff. We didn't really get that, a few weeks ago. So I feel like this feud is perfect for LA Knight and Logan Paul. I feel we've been saying this, that LA Knight needs a mid card championship, and I feel like this is the best one for him to go after. My problem with right now is not so much LA Knight, but Carmelo Hayes. I feel like the man, ever since he was drafted, #1 draft pick on Friday Night SmackDown, the male, #1, and he hasn't won a match yet. He's losing everything. He lost to LA Knight on SmackDown, and I get it, right? LA Knight's in a feud with Logan Paul. He has to look strong. I get that. But yeah, he lost clean. There's no shenanigans in this match. He lost to Cody Rhodes. I mean, yeah, Carmelo Hayes has a bright future ahead of him, but like this, look at what Braun Breaker's doing on Monday Night Raw. Look at what Dragunov's doing on Monday Night Raw. And then there's Carmelo Hayes, who I thought was going to be the bigger star of those three. And I mean, it's not even his fault. It's just really, it's just the way he's being utilized right now. And putting him in a losing promo or a losing battle against LA Knight, so LA Knight can look strong going into his loss against Logan Paul. I hate it for Carmelo Hayes.
I agree with you. And Carmelo Hayes ain't at the level yet to where he can be jobbing to people and building them up. He needs to be being built up, not the opposite. Even Valkyria is doing better than he is right now. It's pretty sad. And I think Carmelo is the most talented out of all those people.
Oh, I do too.
Breaker, all of them.
Yeah. And like you said, like if you start off, if you come in and you start jobbing to people, you're always going to be like, it's hard to get out of that unless you leave WWE and come back 3 years later, like one Cody Rhodes. I mean, Cody Rhodes was in that peril for a long, long time. And it took him leaving to come back to stop doing that. So I don't want Carmelo Hayes to I don't think he's going to go down that road, but they got to build him up.
Well, think about it. Karrion Kross, world champ, super awesome, goes to WWE, jobs, fired. Malachi Black, or Aleister Black at the time, comes over, world champion, comes over, jobs a bunch of times. To the moon, Cameron Grimes came over, started losing, fired. Now Carmelo Hayes, and that's Samoa Joe. But at least Samoa Joe was like an established star, but they just couldn't. But like, dude, Carmelo Hayes, man, if it happens, actually, if you want to talk about another, Bobby Roode, same thing. I know he got injured, but nonetheless, came over, wasn't getting used on WWE after being a champion, fired. Like, so it's like a trend. It's kind of like when you're like the Heisman Award winner, and then you're like not the #1 draft pick, and then you're like a bust. I don't understand that. Like, if you're the best, if you're the Heisman winner, you're the freaking best college player in the world. How do you suck in the NFL? If you are the world champion of NXT, you are the best in the minor leagues for the WWE. How are you sucking when you come up and like you need to be like pushed properly and done right? It just doesn't equivalate. Yeah. So
no,
it is what it is. But
and it's just crazy to see his NXT brethren thriving, and he is just stuck in. He's just stuck in mid-card hell, and I don't like it. I think he deserves better, for sure.
And you know I feel that way. I've been down with Carmelo since day one-ish. All right, let's get into it. NXT Battleground. We're going to jump in the middle. I don't know if my boy will edit this out or keep it in or whatever we're going to do, but we are doing our 2 thumbs with attitudes for this NXT Battleground. If you don't know what 2 thumbs with attitudes are, it's where we will review every single match on a pay-per-view or a PLE in AEW or WWE, and we will either get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. The criteria for the match is that it's got to be better than a B minus. So B minus or better. It can't be a C. Anything C or below. So even if we give a match thumbs down, it doesn't mean we think it sucks. It just did not do better than 80%. So we keep it simple. We're not doing those stupid 5 stars or whatever. It's either up or down. I don't know. Last time we did this, Ryan did not thumbs up and thumbs down due to the match. He did it with his heart. I'm doing my best not to do that this time because there was a match on here that I wanted to do a thumbs down. But I was like, but the match was good just because I'm not happy with the result. So we'll get there. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Which match you want to start with?
We're going to go in order. So let's go with the Women's North American Ladder match. And for those of you that don't know, Kalani Jordan, who I didn't even know was in the match, won it. So thumbs up or thumbs down? What do you got, Ryan?
I didn't like the outcome. I didn't think Kalani Jordan. I don't hate that she won because I think she's great, but she just was like you said. You didn't even know she was in the match. She wasn't even built strong going into this event. I really thought Sol Ruca or Lash Legend, based on just the amount of appearances they were making and the way that they were wrestling and the way they were being showcased, I thought one of them was guaranteed to win this thing. But I didn't hate the match. I thought the match was fun. I thought the match was enjoyable. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Thumbs down for the outcome because, again, Lash Legend or Sol Ruca, but thumbs up for the actual in-ring wrestling.
All right, so that's 1 thumbs up for 2 thumbs with attitudes. I hated the outcome. And honestly, the only thing I liked about the match was Sol Ruca doing her finisher like 3 times in a row or whatever it was off.
It was just that made it enjoyable.
Yeah, that was. Well, Sol Ruca with her jean short boot. I don't know. That girl needs to stop. I'm about to fly down to wherever she lives to go talk to her. But the only thing but that was like really it. Everything else, it was like a sloppy match. It was like a bunch of people who are in development trying to do a ladder match, and sometimes that's hard. So I don't think it was a B, including the outcome. I just didn't like it. I thought Kalani came out of nowhere. I just like, why not Lash Legend? I get that she's probably, we'll talk about in NXT that she's going for the championship now, but what about Sol Ruca? She ain't. Like, what a waste. Like, Sol Ruca, if you're not giving it to Lash Legend, which she could have, although I hate her screaming thing. She did it again this week. I don't know what, but it's not good. But Sol Ruca is like your future and WWE's future. That girl's going to be like a Charlotte Flair, a Becky Lynch. Like, that girl has a future, and you didn't give her the first time. Thumbs down, brother.
Yeah. The outcome, it was a bad outcome. And Sol Ruca is being built from Ontario, California. So right around your neck of the woods. I flew into that airport. So
I gotta go. Yeah. I'll talk to you later. Oh, that's only like 2 hours.
All right. Well, everyone, that's our WWE episode.
My kids are here. They're fine. They can watch it for themselves. I left a bowl of food for them. All right, let's get into
can't leave me on the air,
reported.
Man. I'm the sidekick. I'm known for my banter. I can't lead us. I can't.
Oh, really? For those of you that know, sometimes we do live watch-alongs on 2 Dudes with Attitudes. And one time we did a watch-along, and Ryan decided to bounce midway through. Yeah. And we had about, 75 people watching. As soon as Ryan left, we had about 2 watching. Soon as he left, everybody went
sex with appeal, man. Sex appeal.
Whatever it was, but it was just me talking to myself. So I just kept on doing it. All right, let's get into the next max. We got Axiom and Frazier defeating the OC to retain their NXT Tag Team Championships. What do you got? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I'm going thumbs down. I didn't like this match at all. This match just, it was a tag match. I mean, really nothing to write home about. Nothing really overly excited about it. It wasn't a bad match by any stretch. It just, I feel like this was the match that you could go and get a beer during and come back up and you wouldn't have missed anything. So for that reason, I give it a thumbs down.
All right. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Honestly, when I'm looking at the results, I don't think any result happen that I wanted. I think all of these matches I was hoping for somebody else to win. I don't even want to look at our predictions, but I'm going to give it a thumbs up. We're going to disagree back to back. Two thumbs with attitudes. I thought this was the OC's best match. I thought Axiom and Frazier worked well with them. I think it's a B-. It's not like a B or a B+ or in the A category. It's barely on the fringe, but it was good. It was at 11 minutes of entertainment for me. Maybe I'm just a sucker for Gallows and them. I love, Fetus or Fetus. What was his name?
Yeah.
Festus. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I like them. I think they're cool. So yeah, thumbs up for me. I thought it was an enjoyable match.
He's also Aces and Eights alum.
Festus. Oh, I love him in Aces and Eights. Yeah.
I think he was Luke Gallows. I think that was just his name. But
ding ding ding. Huh?
Yeah.
Who thought of that gimmick?
One Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Oh God, that guy.
But yeah, I mean the match was what it was. I mean, but that's the thing. Nothing stood out. There was like no spot.
You're right.
There was it was just one of those. So okay, like you blink and you miss it, and the match was over type thing. So, so yeah, it was just kind of a blah match for me. It wasn't bad. Wasn't great.
All right, like we said, doesn't mean it's bad if you give it thumbs down. Just means it wasn't a B or higher. All right. This is the match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Lola Vice defeats Shayna Baszler in a underground NX. I don't even. Oh, you're just gonna do it off the bat. Okay.
Yeah, I don't care. Thumbs down. This was the crowd. Like, okay,
I texted you during this match, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just
it was hard to watch. It was hard to follow. The camera work was terrible. The lighting in the arena was bad. You gotta stop. They've done this before. They did this with Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler at SummerSlam. It didn't work then. Stop trying to bring MMA into the WWE. It doesn't work. It's we know the punches that they're throwing aren't really laying. Like the MMA is completely different than professional wrestling, and it just doesn't work. And the outcome was confusing too, because Shayna Baszler was like getting up and like beating up wrestlers and referees and stuff, but they still called the match. It was just all of it was really weird. So I give it a thumbs down. It was not a good week for Shayna Baszler, that's for sure.
No, well, the reason why she was doing that is because she was supposed to be knocked out. So in the UFC, any type of MMA fight, when you get knocked out, the last thing you remember when you wake up is the last thing. So she was supposed to be like trying to attack the referee because she didn't know where she was. The thing was, though, is that it was Lola Vice's finisher followed up by punches that weren't even being thrown because it was fake. It would look like a fake sparring match between two friends. The thing is so freaking stupid. And the other thing, like I texted you, I couldn't even see it. It was in the dark. The whole thing was black. I could barely even see the match. I was like, what the hell is, they fell out of the ring and they like disappeared. It was atrocious. I'm going to say, I saw 2 Double J matches in AEW. I forgot which ones they were, but those are 2 of the worst matches I've ever seen. This is the third.
Oh, yeah,
this is following up with
the
Texas Chainsaw Massacre match, and then they had another one, the another Jeff Jarrett. He was like back to back for a while, where he had 2 like awful matches,
it was
and
terrible.
then this match. This was the worst of the underground matches. The Natalya one was at least half good, but this was like straight. And I think it was because it was 2 real fighters having a fake fight, and it was just so
they did this with Ronda.
Stupid. You can't fake fight. It doesn't look real. It's just stupid. So stupid. I'm honestly done talking about it. Thumbs down.
I give a thumbs down. We'll probably talk maybe later, but to the crowd, I thought with 800 people in that quaint atmosphere, that small arena, like it's going to be loud in there. And I feel like there were times where, they were loud, but then there were times where it was just crickets. And I feel like this match was one of those times where it was crickets.
So I think the first 2 matches were pretty hyped. I think this match killed the crowd for the next 3 matches.
Yeah.
I think this match was so bad. They were fighting in a UFC arena. They watch real fighting. They watch The Ultimate Fighter in there. They watch any ESPN Plus episode, and every non-pay-per-view UFC is in that arena. These guys are like, what the fudge are we watching? Somewhere Dana was rolling around in his soon-to-be grave. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Number 4, we got Oma Femi defeating Joe Coffey and Wesley. We both did awful on this one. I remember that. To retain his championship. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm going to go thumbs up. I thought this match was entertaining. I thought this match it might have been match of the night, in my opinion. And that's not saying much because I'm not a fan of 2 of these guys.
Oba,
especially not Oba. But I mean, I thought he brought it, man. I thought they brought the best out of him. He brought the best out of them. And this match was entertaining. Wesley hasn't missed a beat since he's been gone. Joe Coffey looked like $1 million. So Yeah, I give this match thumbs up. This was my match of the night.
This is close to my match of the night. This and another one, the next one, are both my close. So I don't know if you'll like the next one, but I do thumbs up too. We're back to back. I really like this match. I'm not even a big Obafemi fan. I think he's pretty slow and plodding, and I think Joe Coffey and Wesley carried the match, but nonetheless, phenomenal match. Great. This is the match you're talking about where there was like spots that happened or something that brought our attention. Yeah, really good match. I give it thumbs up as well for sure. All right. In the main event, or co-main event, or double main event, whatever they did, Roxanne Perez defeats the TNA Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace to retain. Thumbs up or thumbs down? You're giving me a sad look. You're gonna do your heart again, aren't you? Stop using your heart.
Thumbs down. Thumbs down. Look, the match was good. The match in the ring, in between the bell, like bell to bell, the match was fine. But the outcome, we talked about this. Like this did nothing for TNA wrestling, and that's what this whole thing was about. I think it would have done so much more for both NXT and TNA to have Jordynne Grace be a double champion, walk on to her wrestling program with the WWE NXT Championship. When's the last time that's been done? It hasn't been done in 20-something years, and it could have been the first time ever, or the first time in quite a while, especially the first time a woman has done it. And like, I think it would have meant more. I think more people would have tuned in to TNA this week. I think more people would care about what's going on at Impact, and more people would tune into NXT to kind of see, okay, what are they going to do without their women's champion? Yeah, we have the North American Women's Championship, that maybe that can get some shine for a while on NXT TV. So what are we going to do without the women's title? So for that, like, and then all the stuff with Ash by Elegance and all that stuff at the end, it was bad, man. Like,
that was stupid.
Yeah. The match bell to bell was great. Don't get me wrong. Jordynne Grace is a future NXT star. Whenever her time's up in TNA, and she will come to the WWE, and she's going to be at the top of the card, and she deserves it. But yeah, I just can't get past the outcome. I don't think Roxanne Perez needed to win. Jordynne Grace should have won. And then all the stuff with Ash by Elegance, and then just the commentaries, like acting like they didn't know that Ash by Elegance was Dana Brooke, and like just kind of acting like they're like I don't know. It was just weird. And Booker T was saying some weird stuff on comment. It was just, all of it was bad.
He always does.
Yeah, I just didn't enjoy this match. The outcome killed it for me.
I mean, in their defense, Dana Brooke doesn't look like she. I don't know if she had 75 surgeries. I don't know if she got. I don't know if she got Vanilla Skied and had to like redo her face. For those of you who don't know what Vanilla Sky is, a phenomenal movie. Check it out. But like
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I look like Tom Cruise in a Vanilla Sky. It was televised. That's a Kanye West first album.
Oh yeah.
When he was good.
You can't say that name anymore. But
no. But I have no. Here's my thing, right? I'm gonna you did your last matches with your heart last time we did this. I'm gonna do this with another organ, because Roxanne Perez is, I don't care what anyone says, I watch her wrestle anyone she wants. And Jordynne Grace, I don't know what it is, but she got me in my I feel scared, but like excited. I don't know what she does to me, but I'm like all over the place with her. I'm like, man, she's so buff, but dang, she kind of
you can't
I'm like, no, I'm all over the place. I'm like, I kind of wanted to be in that match, but nonetheless, I thought they delivered. You take out Dana Brooke, you take out the ridiculous outcome, because I agree with you. It should have been Jordynne Grace. I give it a thumbs up. I thought the match itself was good between two of the best in the world right now. My thing is, you talked about women with belts bringing to another organization. In my opinion, I think the last one to do it was Medusa, and she dropped that title into a trash can. Why not have Jordynne Grace do the same thing? I know she's a baby face, but TNA don't like WWE. Man, imagine if she would have won the NXT title, went to TNA and been like, I won their belt, and this is what I think about it. Trash. My title's the best. I won that title to get rid of it. And now you have a thing. NXT girls are coming on TNA, invading, trying to build up to win that belt back. Roxanne wants it. Other girls want to help her get it because they want their title back. That could have been a whole damn beautiful story that they could have ran with. Instead, Jordynne Grace showed up, lost. TNA hyped her up as, good job, you went to the big show and didn't win, but dang, did you put on a good performance. And the participation trophies, I'm over it. Like Dominic Rhea is still in the world talking about like, I beat John Jones. No, you didn't. You lost. You're known for losing. When your biggest criteria is losing to somebody better than you, that's not a great accomplishment. Imagine if Tom Brady was like, I'm great because I lost 7 times in the Super Bowl and never won a championship. But gosh darn it, I came close. Like, no one cares about Jim Kelly. No one cares about Jim Kelly. You want to know why no one talks about Jim Kelly as being one of the best quarterbacks ever? Because he lost 4 straight Super Bowls. That no one cares about participation. No. So yeah, that's what I felt like Jordan Grace was. But it was like, great job, high five, you did your best. Like she's better than that. So yeah. So I feel the same, but I have to give it a thumbs up because the match itself was still good. All right, let's get into the last one. Trick Williams defeats your other brother from another mother, Ethan Page, to retain his championship. And then Ethan Page gets beat up by Metaphor again because like 7 weeks ago he attacked them and admitted it. So I guess this guy's mad. I don't know. It happens again later. Either way, thumbs up, thumbs down on the last match of the night. Don't judge your heart.
I also think Roxanne Perez and Jordan Grace should have closed the show over Trick and Ethan Page, but
especially with this match, 100%.
Yeah. But I'll go thumbs up, but it's like a fringe. It's like it's in the middle. It's very much in the middle. But I will go thumbs up. Because I thought Ethan Page brought it. I thought he looked. His theme song is terrible. I don't know what the hell what they were thinking when they came up with that. He looks exactly the same as he did in AEW. Nothing has changed. His gimmick, his ring gear, all of it is the exact same. But I mean, the match, he looked decent. He looked like a missed opportunity in AEW, and he looks like he could have a landing spot in NXT. And I don't know, but after watching this past Tuesday's episode, I'm kind of like, I don't know anymore. But but no, I'll give it a thumbs up. It was a good first showing for Ethan Page in NXT against Trick Williams.
I'm gonna say thumbs down, and this is not a knock on Trick or Ethan. I just feel like you said, this crowd gave 2 shits.
Yeah, the crowd did not care.
So I'm gonna give it a thumbs down for 2 reasons. One, because NXT booked this poorly. You can't just have a random guy from AEW. We've talked about this a billion times. WWE fans do not watch AEW. They have no idea who flipping Ethan Page is. They have no idea who he is. And I told you that when we did our previews, that his reactions were subpar. Then you have him come into the match. The crowd just didn't care, man. They sat on their hands. I think did they even cheer once? Like this, they did not care about this match at all. It took me out of it. I got to give it a thumbs down. Just wasn't.
And in Ethan's defense, they weren't really chanting "whoop that trick" either. Like there were the crowd was just silent that entire time. It wasn't like they were cheering for Trick and Ethan was getting no reaction. They were silent for both guys. And yeah, that was atrocious. That was a bad. I don't know if I'm WWE. I'm not sure if I'm going back to the Apex. Like it was a good experience, but let's not do that anymore.
They never should have. You already have a free house. Just do it there. All right. Let's get into Raw. You ready? We got to get through this. You ready?
Let's do it.
Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre opens the show and claims he's winning the title and isn't worried about CM Punk. Out comes Priest, who tells him he doesn't need the Judgment Day to be champ. In the main event, it's Finn versus Drew, and if Drew wins, the Judgment Day is barred from ringside, setting up somebody to interfere to cause the win. Liv is waiting for Dom backstage. She says, "Why do you need a mommy?" "Because you're my daddy," and gives him a room key to meet up with her later. Dominic instantly jizzes in his pants. Io Sky defeats Valkyria. Carlito tells Dom that the room key, that's cool. The Miz is looking for our truth, and Sammy talks to the Alpha Academy yet again. The room key has been stolen. Bum, bum, bum. Ludwig Kaiser says he'll be the Money in the Bank winner. LWO and Strowman defeat JD, the Judgment Day, for some reason. I don't know why not, right? Ricochet wants Dragunov to win tonight. Yay! Io Sky is mad. Sami Zayn and Chad Gable have another promo. Same rinse and repeat. Sammy defeats Otis, and then Otis attacks Sammy. Okay, we've seen this 4 times in a row now. R-Truth thinks that him and Miz are facing the APA tonight.
Oh, my God.
Talk about things that are getting stale. They're actually facing the AOP tonight. Baszler and Stark defeat Dawn and Fire for some, I don't know why you would have them just beat them like in 3 minutes leading up to the match at Clash. Braun Breaker defeats Dragunov. Drew wants Sheamus there with him to celebrate his title win. What are we doing here? They've been flirting a lot. Awesome Truth defeats AOP. That was pointless. Braun Breaker attacks Dragunov backstage and then legit destroys Ricochet. puts him through a windshield, which we already talked about, and Ricochet leaves in an ambulance alongside a crying Samantha Irving, who did that parade. It looked like she was legit crying. In the main event, Drew obviously defeats Finn Balor, so no Judgment Day at Clash. They have a stare down to close the show, and that is Monday Night Raw, which was a lot better than I just described it because it was a pretty fire show. But just a lot of rinsing. I'm just so sick of the same tired ass jokes over and over and over again. Correct? Like when I said the AOU were like, or APA, like,
dumb.
It's so stupid.
Stop. Yeah. And I kind of just feel this, like, if we were to do highs and lows right now, I would say that one of my lows is the WWE tag division, because I kind of feel like Grayson Waller and Austin Theory on SmackDown, like, yeah, they're probably leading to a breakup and a babyface run for Austin Theory. Yeah, already. But it's still the same thing every single week with them. And then it's the same thing every week with Miz and Truth, and, you know, Truth doing something, you know, that everybody cracks up at. But I don't know. It's starting to get old. It's starting to get old. The tag division needs an overhaul big time.
So Awesome Truth have defended their titles, what, like twice on Raws, never on a pay-per-view or PLE.
I don't think
they've been champs since WrestleMania. Has Waller and Theory even defended their championship since WrestleMania?
I don't think so.
What are we doing? You give one up-and-coming group that should have been acknowledged and another group that nostalgia people wanted, give them smoking hot belts for why? It's a joke. It breaks my heart. But yeah.
I know.
I agree. It's a
rare miss from Triple H, but a big miss.
Well, let's just talk about some more bad then. Let's go into Alpha Academy. Let's just knock it out the way really quick. What, are you as bored of this as I? Like, does Chad, I know we're getting into predictions, but I feel like it's like Chad Gable wins or bust. Like, this has been bad. Sammy in the back. Oh, come on, guys. Let's do this. You can do it every single week. Then let's go to the ring. Oh, do they like you? Turn on them, guys. Oh, no, he's beating me up. Okay. Oh, wait. Otis is going to punch me. Okay. It's 4 weeks now, 3 weeks now. It's happened. We finally have one feud that's more than what Cody's feuds are, and we do nothing with it. It's like, it's like I said about the other thing on SmackDown with the Bloodline. It's like the same stuff over and over and over again. Write something else, people. It's like boring.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm rocking a Sami Zayn shirt, but everything is with that is just not. It's not clicking for me, and I don't know if it's Otis. I can't quite put my finger on what's not hitting with me. Like, I don't know if it's just the same thing every week. If it's Chad Gable and he's just, you know, or Sami Zayn just being a little over the top as the, oh yeah, kumbaya babyface, or if it's just the acting from Maxine and Tozawa, who look like they're about to, crack up at all of this stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know what it is. I really can't put my finger on it because I wanted to like this feud, but now I'm just like, I'm ready for it to be done. I'm ready for them to move on, and either Chad Gable wins or we don't see him in the Intercontinental Championship picture again. Maybe he goes to AEW. Maybe this is his swan song, and he's like, you know what? This is as far as I'm going. I'm not re-signing with you guys. I don't know. I really can't figure out what I don't like about it, but I'm not feeling it.
I think it's Chad as a heel. He's not good. He's like not good at being mean. I don't know if he's genuinely a good guy in real life, but I've never seen anybody not be good at being a heel. Like, I feel like everyone is naturally mean as humans, right? We can like play that a lot better than we can play the good guy, right? It's been done in WWE so many times. He's just not believable. It just comes off stupid and corny, and he's so little. I'm not trying to make fun of like the Shorty G thing, but he's not intimidating. It's just not working. It's not working. Whatsoever. And the fact that he keeps slapping Otis, but then cowering when Otis gets in his face, like, if you're gonna slap a dude in the face, then you're probably okay with the results of what happens when he reacts. I would never slap a dude in the face unless I knew I could beat his ass. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't just slap the biggest dude in the face thinking like, hopefully he won't fight back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. I don't know. I don't like any of it. We already touched on Ricochet, really, right? So is there any,
whether or not we think he's AEW bound, WWE bound, but I think there's a chance they could have written his character off, but who knows? Who knows?
I don't see it. I didn't get that when this happened, the internet exploded with, oh, Ricochet swung. Oh, Ricochet's gone. Oh, he's officially in AEW. Whoop. And that's why I made a TikTok saying, like, don't start making him your favorite AEW wrestler yet, because why would the WWE put in all that work? If they were going to get rid of him, they would have had him lose and they would have just got rid of him. Not only did they put him in a storyline, they added Samantha Irving in it, made sure you knew that that was his fiance, made sure that Pat McAfee did an atrocious introduction for the next two wrestlers to show you that Samantha wasn't there, then posted on their Instagram, their website. That seems like a lot of time and effort for somebody who's on their way. Did they do that for Bret Hart? Like,
no,
I'm just
they didn't do it for Daniel Bryan, who main evented WrestleMania.
Yeah,
they didn't do it for damn sure didn't do it for CM Punk.
Edge, Adam, like anyone. I don't. It just doesn't seem like this is a guy who's leaving the organization. So I don't buy it. I didn't buy it when they said he was leaving. I told you from the start, nobody from WWE is going to openly go to AEW unless they're fired. AEW is a sinking ship.
The only thing I can think,
I don't.
Yeah, the only like maybe he is leaving, but he's not going to AEW. Maybe he's going to TNA. You know, and like then they're having a partnership with WWE. Maybe that's when he comes back as Prince Puma, and then he works his way back to the WWE somehow, some way that way to get revenge on the big old Braun Breaker. That's the only thing I can think of. The only other reason I could see him going to AEW is because of his wrestling style, and that's the style that fits AEW. But also,
he'll get lost.
No, I agree. But also, maybe this is why they gave us Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door, so they could open up for Will Ospreay versus Prince Puma, Ricochet, whatever his other name's going to be at Wembley. But that's the only thing I can think of as to why they did that. But I don't know. I also don't. But at the same time, does Tony Khan really plan that far ahead? I don't really know. So who knows? Who knows? But I'm kind of with you. It feels like a lot of work to write somebody off of television, brutally attack him like that, get Samantha Irvin involved. It's just a lot of work for someone who's leaving the company. They would just, Dean Ambrose did that, and they had him like lose to Nia Jax or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And they just wrote him off TV.
They're not putting in effort like that. And the other thing is too, is like I said, Ricochet and Samantha are about to get married, have a family. Why the hell would he want to go to a whole different show where they're not? They literally have that perfect. Triple H is all about family. He gives them Christmas off and stuff now. He wants all these people to be paired together, be with each other, because he understands it. So yeah, I'm not buying it. Let's end it with the Judgment Day. What'd you think? Last week I said we've been going back and forth and we're gonna have another bad week. Was I wrong? Was this a good week?
No, this was
like it. You thought so too, huh?
I thought it was a bad week in terms of the wrestling, like Lim losing. Finn, I don't think they should have lost to Drew McIntyre. I think Finn should have beaten Drew just to kind of make the Judgment Day look stronger at Clash at the Castle. And then everything that's going on with Braun Strowman, like what the hell are we doing with him? And against Dom and Jay. But I'm happy to see Dom back in the ring. I know he had Tommy John surgery.
Where did that come from?
Yeah,
I thought he was injured for a while.
That's what I thought too. Yeah, and now all of a sudden
I was confused.
I was too. I was like, wait, is he really wrestling? Like he
didn't wrestle much, but he was in it. Yeah.
So I'm happy to see him back in the ring. I think WWE's better with him wrestling, and hopefully we get more of his character. But yeah, this was I don't know. I do feel like this is the best story in the WWE right now.
By far.
The intrigue with what's happening with Dom and Liv. And is this also because it was Finn Balor that grabbed that key card. I had to do a double take, but I saw it all over X. Everyone was like, oh, Finn Balor grabbed the key card. And I was like, wait, he did? So I went back and watched it. I was like, oh, he did. He sure fooled me, but he did grab it. And so it makes me wonder, like, is this kind of like a Paul Heyman scenario on Friday Night SmackDown, that all of this is a ruse to get Damian Priest out of Judgment Day, and it's going to be Liv Morgan and Finn Balor and JD kind of taking Judgment Day hostage against against Dirty Dom, Damian Priest, and Rhea whenever she comes back, so that Liv Morgan's using Dirty Dom, but really using it to destroy Judgment Day and not take him on. So I could see that. I could see that. I could also see him betraying Rhea and joining Liv Morgan too. So there's a lot of ways that this story can go.
So for one, I want to just start off by giving props to Dirty Dom for the fact that he can go through all this and be able to walk away after, if you know what I mean. Props to my man, because I wouldn't be able to handle this if Liv was on top of me like that and this and that. I would have had to roll out of the cut the whole arena. I don't want anybody in the front row to get a picture of me and this going on. She was like that was like, I was even watching like, holy, good thing my kids aren't here. This is like borderline, like, holy wow. She was like on him. But anyway, nonetheless, I saw everybody saying the whole Finn Balor thing too. I saw him take it. I thought it was pretty obvious, but maybe I was just paying attention. I don't know, because they were talking about the card. But here's the thing. He took it again right after Dominic said he didn't have it. Then he found it in his pocket and was confused. So he set it back on the table. Finn then took it again. I think Finn is taking the card and putting it in Dom's pocket. Finn was with Liv Morgan behind the scenes one time coming out of a van. I think Finn is doing what you're saying, infiltrating to destroy the Judgment Day, but to get Damian and Rhea out. I think he is trying to help Dom keep them together, have Liv join. I think he's infiltrating to get Dirty Dom laid, not the other way around. That's why he's so big on the, hey, don't mess with her, blah, blah. I think it's just over the top stuff. I think it's going to lead to Finn doing it and then being like, come on, Dirty Dom, just do it. Rhea will never know. We won't tell mommy. And then he's going to go do it. And then that's where all the mayhem's going to happen. I think he's helping. I don't think Finn's sliding in. Finn's a married man too. And I know Dirty Dom is, but Finn coming in doesn't really make any sense. Like, like if Finn ends with Liv, who's going to cheer for that? That's not like a,
I don't think they're, like, I don't think they're going to be together. I could just see like him kind of forming like a new Judgment Day with Liv Morgan and JD McDonough and maybe Carlito, but I don't know. But this is an interesting story, and I can't wait. I want to watch Raw. I want to watch Raw just so I can see what happens with Dirty Dom. I want to watch this Clash of the Castle because I have a feeling maybe we're going to get to that next chapter, hopefully in this pay-per-view. So we'll see.
And remember too, I think they're doing this also because Rhea's coming back as a babyface, just like Roman, and Dom will never be a babyface until he's established himself long enough that the crowd loves him. So it ain't happening. So I think this is another good way of getting Rhea away from Dom without taking a mommy away from Dom. Dom needs that. And so I think this is their segue to do that. So I don't see it being like Dom siding with Rhea. I think
Rhea Ripley's coming back sooner than we think too, because WWE on SmackDown I don't want to say they spoiled it, but they're doing that Fanatics fan event. And they tease that you can meet, all these superstars at these Fanatics events.
And Rhea's one of them, right?
Rhea's one of them that's coming in August. And what else happens in August? A pay-per-view called SummerSlam. So makes me wonder if I don't think they would announce her for that if she wasn't going to be coming back to wrestling anytime soon. So
which would be insane because I heard 2025. So that'd be insane.
Yeah, but what is her injury? What is do we know what her injury is? Has anybody ever confirmed?
It was her shoulder, right? She dislocated her shoulder or something. Or wasn't it like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I know she had a sling on the last time we saw her, but
she seems to be doing okay. She keeps posing with her ugly man with video games and stuff. All right, let's get into NXT. Here we go. Following the pay-per-view that we just covered, Kalani George out for a promo to no reaction. Jada Parker comes out to make fun of her, and Mitchin attacks Parker. Mitchin then defeats Parker. Cody Rhodes is there. Cody Rhodes. Chase U is arguing and then flips out. Thea Hale flips out and tells them all to shut up and get on the same page. Gallus defeats Wes Lee and the New Catch Republic. Parker says she'll get revenge on Mitchin. Brindley says Wendy Chu is a sweetheart and their match will be fun. Wendy Chu, looking like Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, tell me I'm wrong, defeats Brindley. Oro is banned from the arena for attacking Ethan Page 7 times throughout the week. Roxanne Perez is in the parking lot bragging about being the best in the world. Cody Rhodes is out for a promo. He talks about his match with AJ for some strange reason, like NXT cares. I guess in every universe, everyone else is a different person, but Cody's the same damn dude.
He's the same guy.
Yeah. Yep. Trick Williams then comes out and they flirt for a little bit. And then Cody, who's now the new GM, announces a 25-man battle royal from any locker room. So it could be my house, your house, TNA, AEW, New Japan, I don't know, the NFL. We'll see what happens. And that'll decide who's the next opponent for Trick Williams. Cody's also invited to the barbecue. For those of you that don't know, that's when a white man is invited to hang out with a whole bunch of black dudes. That's what being invited to the barbecue is. There's other people that have been invited to that, but it is what it is. I go to them all. And of course, he's invited to the barbecue. He literally has a mixed child and his wife is black. So I'm assuming he throws the barbecue. Let's get into this. Wendy Chu gives Brindley a scary look in the locker room. Lexis King defeats Dante Chen in a Singapore match. Cody Rhodes gives JC Jane his dashing face mask to wear. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. Heel JC Jane got Cody Rhodes' babyface mask from the dashing era. Michin is Kalani's first opponent, so that's a good way to get somebody who's not over. Eddie Thorpe defeats some guy named Tavion Heights. Shawn Spears finally wins. The Cody Rhodes is alive and well in NXT, defeating Javon Evans. Cody bumps into Shawn Spears, Ethan Page, and Lexis King, all currently all passed from AEW, and he tells them that they're in a good place now. You're going to thrive a lot better than in a company that I owned. All right. Roxanne Perez cuts a promo to brag, and Ava comes out and, I don't know, congratulates her and says absolutely nothing. Out comes JC Jane rocking, not the dashing Cody mask. I guess she threw that shit in the trash. And Jasmine, then Lash and Jakara come out, and then Lola Vice. They all want title shots. They all brawl, and Roxanne and Lola stand tall to close the show. And that's the NXT review. I always throw myself off. I try to ad lib and then I get lost of where I am. But were you confused that JC Jane came out not in the dashing mask? Like he handed it to her and she literally like orgasmed. She was like, oh my God. And then she was like, oh, I'm coming out. All right, I'll just keep wearing this black mask.
I was confused by a lot of things on
NXT.
Hear it. Like number one, why was Cody Rhodes there? Has anybody told us like why was he there? Why was he making why did he get to announce the Battle Royal? Like
he's the new GM, I guess. I don't.
yeah, just all this. Yeah, it was, and like people from every locker room. Is it because of the? It's because of Forbidden Door. I'm telling you, like they're doing all this right now because of Forbidden Door. But yeah, this NXT show was all over the place. It was just I didn't like the AEW reunion backstage. I thought I was stupid, and to me, like you had Ethan Page in the biggest match of his career. Yeah, I'm saying of his career at NXT Battleground, and he shows up in a backstage segment with Lexis King and Shawn Spears, and they're kind of doing the Spider-Man point, and then
they did that picture actually.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I saw the picture, and then Cody Rhodes walks up, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are in a good place." Like, what? I'm sorry. I didn't care for that at all. I mean,
why were those three together? They're not even like. Yeah, it was all stupid.
It was bad stuff. And then Cody handing her the mask just for her to not even wear it later on in the show. It was, yeah. Why was Cody like? Nobody has told me why Cody Rhodes was there. Like, why was he there? Why did he get to make this announcement? I don't really even care like about this Battle Royal next week. I know it's all over the internet right now of who could be showing up. Could Joe Hendry, because Vic Joseph said
that's what they're saying,
say his name and he shall appear, and Matt Hardy might be in it, and Jeff Hardy could be in it, and great, but like I don't know. I'm just this NXT episode was just all over the place for me. I didn't care for it.
Well, and it's funny too because I didn't think the pay-per-view was too banging. I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was great. I think like once again, HBK, like he'll get there. The last one was phenomenal. The last couple were phenomenal. And then he's like, hold my beer. The thing is that like we always say, I'm not going to be one-sided. I get mad at AEW for constantly referencing WWE. I'm going to do the same thing when WWE does it. They referenced it all over the place. I think, like you said, I think that's a Forbidden Door shot. I think these guys now are like I think Triple H is in full DX mode now, where he wants, and so is HBK, where they just want to like bring it up. And then it proved it when they were all in the backstage. And I thought it was just a weird thing to like make fun of when he was the creator of that company. Like, oh, you guys are in a good place now. Like, because you left your own company. Like, you started that company. Like, why are you dogging it?
And here's the thing. Like, I'm starting to, like, I don't want to bag on Cody Rhodes too much, but he comes out looking like a complete and utter hypocrite in all this, because he went on a podcast. I can't remember, maybe it was Busted Open or one of those or something. And he said, like, you know,
I think it was Chris Van Fleet. I think
maybe it was something, but he was saying that he doesn't like the shots at he feels disrespected when AEW takes shots at WWE, especially when he feels like his name is being dragged through the mud. And I think he was talking about, some people say he was talking about Tony Storm, because Tony Storm said, like, I don't, you know, I may go finish my story, but I don't need to invite you to the ring, Tony Khan, when I do it, something like that. And I think Cody Rhodes took that as a shot at him. So for him to go out there and be like, "Oh, you guys are all in a good place now," like, I don't know. It just makes him look like a hypocrite. And I wouldn't have agreed to it. But
no, and it was stupid. And once again, like I keep saying, the crowd didn't cheer. They don't watch AEW. They didn't even get that all these guys. They were probably like, "What the hell's going on?" I can't.
And did it do anything to advance the story? It didn't. So it was a pointless segment, in my opinion.
I agree. Other than that, I mean, Trick didn't really go anywhere. Lexus finally, all these guys got a match just because of that. I'm trying to think of anything that else had happened. I mean, not really. I mean, the end with Roxanne Perez, like I guess she's facing Lola Vice next. I'm okay with that. I like Lola Vice, but didn't she already lose to Roxanne? Who'd she lose to? She had a title shot before. She cashed in and lost.
Yeah, I think she lost to Roxanne. I think it was Roxanne.
So,
it was or Tiffany. I can't remember who it was, but
it was one of whoever the last two. Yeah,
but yeah, like, and we talked about at the beginning of the show. TNA has a pay-per-view Against All Odds on Friday night, actually, and Jordynne Grace has an open challenge to anybody, and that would have been a perfect opportunity for Roxanne Perez to answer that open challenge on NXT and be like, you know what, I lost at Battleground, but I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna go get the Knockouts Championship, and I'm gonna bring that over here to NXT television and do the same thing that you were talking about. Maybe throw that in the trash. I feel like it would have suited. It would have done something to get us intrigued, but I feel like Ash by Elegance is answering that open challenge, and I feel like Roxanne Perez is now, feuding with Michin and everybody. So I don't know. I just feel like NXT is very topsy turvy. It's great one week and it's just bad the next week. And this episode wasn't bad, but it just didn't hit.
I agree.
It wasn't a home run. It was a ground rule double. It's like you got it out of the park, but it hit the ground first. So
yes, it did. Yes, I fully agree, and it's hard for me to say too because HBK is my dude. But yeah, it's just sometimes they're hits, sometimes they're not. And bringing on superstars for no reason really upsets me. Don't bring Cody for no reason. Bring him for a reason, and then don't have him just come out and hype up his match with AJ. No one cares. And we'll get it anyway. All right, let's get into it. That was the week in WWE. We had a lot to go over. But now we have a good weekend. We got like 11 o'clock or 2 o'clock your time. I forgot when it's on. Clash at the Castle this Saturday. Excited once again. This is the second of 3 pay-per-view / PLEs in a row. And following that, we got the
Prohibited Portal or the Forbidden.
Forbidden Door. Thank you.
Forbidden Fortress. Yeah. Something. But
Forbidden Doors. So, but yeah. But with that said, Clash of the Castle predictions. Let's go.
It's prediction time.
Whoa, hold up.
Before it ever happens,
there
it's a prediction. Lean in close, take notes, listen. Cause they about to point it out quickly. All the things that you didn't see is getting called like plays at the line of scrimmage. You can take it to the bank, the dudes ain't tripping. They've been seeing what's coming for a good minute. It's prediction time, yeah, let's get it.
It's getting called like a play at the line of scrimmage, bro. With that fire ass line, I gotta say, I am the Peyton Manning and you are the Eli Manning of wrestling podcast. So let's.
Hey, I got 2 rings, man. I'll take it.
2 against the best. All right, it's Clash at the Castle prediction time, and you already know which one I was gonna say. You already got it. We got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defending their titles against a team that does not matter because they just got beat in 3 minutes. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Who do you got, and why is it not Bianca and Cargill?
This is the easiest one of those. It's Bianca and Jade, and like all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Like they're winning this match. Like Alba Fire and Isla Dawn got squashed on Monday Night Raw, and then Shayna Baszler just got KTFO'd at Battleground NXT in the Underground match. Zoe Stark, I didn't even know she was her tag team partner because again, the separate universes. Shayna Baszler's was teaming up with Lola Vice, and then they turn on each other, and then hey, by the way, hey Zoe, I'm still your friend. So no, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are winning this match hands down. This is going to be the culmination of the worst week in Shayna Baszler's life.
Oh, I know. I agree. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill all day. They're not losing anytime soon. I listened to the podcast of Freddie Prinze Jr. and his sidekick on the show is a comedian, and he said, I would literally, it doesn't matter who you put up against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill right now. You can put the New Day, I'm going Bianca and Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
You could put the Steiners, and I'm going Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. They're just doing it. And I want to say, I compare Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to the Brothers of Destruction, where it's two strong, athletic, big, popular single wrestlers who combine to make a tag team. And you just think they're never going to lose. Remember Brothers of Destruction? I was like, I don't care who they face. They're not going to lose. How do you beat Undertaker and Kane? It's impossible. That's how I feel about Bianca and Jade Cargill. There's no way you can beat these women until they're ready, until they turn on each other. That's the only way. And they
the only
cost
team
each
that's
other
beating them is themselves. Yeah, they're only going to beat themselves.
It's impossible. All right, next up, we got Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship. I feel like this is the easiest thing ever to predict, but I feel like there has to be a surprise somewhere. Who do you got? Are we starting here? Or are you waiting later?
Oh man. Okay. I'm really torn on this because I don't the Otis factor, right? Like, does Otis cost Chad Gable the match again? And this leads to Otis finally turning on Chad Gable, or does Otis turn finally on Chad Gable and cost him like the but you know what? I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say Chad Gable wins. He's going to he's going to win the Intercontinental Championship, and it's not going to be because of Otis. I think the Creed brothers are going to come out and help Chad Gable beat Sami Zayn, and then he's going to form a new Alpha Academy with winners and not those losers like Otis and Maxine Dupree and Tozawa. He's going to have a new Alpha Academy with the Creed brothers, and they're going to help him win over Sami Zayn.
I think this is the only one that I'm iffy with. I don't, and it all depends on if Chad resigns or not. I feel like if
that's another
truly
factor.
did, then I see him winning. If he didn't, I don't know. I'm still gonna say Sami Zayn wins, but I do like that. If that prediction is right, I'm gonna give you props because he was talking to the Creed brothers on the side. I feel that, so I can see that happening, but I'm still gonna stick with Sami Zayn. But I like that.
I feel like Sami Zayn. I also have this inkling that he's gonna retain. And it's because Otis is going to get a huge pop whenever he turns on Chad, and it's going to happen on like a Raw. It's not going to happen at Clash, and that's why that's what makes me think Sami may retain. But I could see the Creed brothers helping him. And,
maybe,
desperate times call for desperate measures type thing.
Maybe Otis is like wanting to and just can't, and then the Creed slip in and then do it, and then Chad wins, and then on Monday Night Raw, he's like bringing him down, and then he turns. Who knows? All right, we got Bayley, the most underused champion in all of wrestling history, versus Piper Niven for the WWE Women's Championship. Who you got, bruh?
Bayley. I mean, Bayley. I will give Chelsea Green some props. She has been killing it with her promos lately on SmackDown. I feel like she has been the highlight of this feud, and she's not even in the match, but she has been absolutely fantastic. So, but Bayley's winning. She's not dropping the belt.
Yeah. Do you see what she was wearing on SmackDown? Holy smokes. Every time I hear her, I just want to shake Zack Ryder's hand. I'm just get over here and shake my hand. You are a lucky son of a bitch. I'm going to go Bayley too. Any chance? I think Bayley, just like another champion we'll talk about later, her destiny is losing at SummerSlam. I think Bayley is losing to Nia Jax at SummerSlam. I think that's her destiny written all over it. But she wins here, and then when she loses at SummerSlam, we're all going to be sad that we were waiting years upon years upon years for her to get a title reign, and they effed it up for us. All right, you ready? The match that I think is a co-main: Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles and an I Quit WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. I don't know what that's called. Whatever. Cody Rhodes belt. Who you got?
This match is going to be like an hour long because the last one was like almost 40 minutes long. But I'm going to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is retaining. AJ Styles has no chance to win this. He's not winning. That's it. The end of story. Cody Rhodes is retaining his belt. So I think it's gonna be a fantastic match. Don't get me wrong, but Cody Rhodes is winning.
Minus Bianca and Cargill, this is the easiest thing to call. And I like your No Chance. That might be the greatest theme song ever. No Chance.
It's a good song. It is.
The fact that it started for a pay-per-view, that was the music for a pay-per-view called No Chance in Hell, the pay-per-view. And then
like an
they
In Your
turned it
House
into
event, right?
Vince's, yeah. And then they turned it into Vince's like music. No Chance. And so good. Yeah, Cody Rhodes, the end. He's gonna make AJ quit. Whatever. It is what it is. Poor AJ. All that for, like you said, nothing. All right. Main event time. We got Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Is he going to go 0-2 in front of his home crowd for the World Championship, World Heavyweight Championship? Who you got and why? I want an outcome. Let's go. Let's go.
I actually think this match may I don't know. I go back and forth about whether he's the hometown boy, so I don't know if it's going to main event. But if he loses, the fans are going to be pissed. So that's why I think I could see it opening the show. But I'm going to go Damian Priest retains and CM Punk comes out and ultimately costs Drew McIntyre the match again in front of his home, this time in front of his home crowd, therefore making CM Punk kind of sort of the heel going into their feud, which is going to culminate at SummerSlam. They don't need the title. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk does not need the belt, as contrary to popular belief, and Damian Priest needs the belt for Judgment Day to stay relevant. And for him to plus like Drew versus Gunther, we've seen that a bunch of times. We don't need to see that anymore. So Damian Priest versus Gunther is going to be a good match, and Damian Priest losing to Gunther at SummerSlam, I think, like you said, it's his destiny. It's going to happen, and it's a long reign from WrestleMania to SummerSlam for Damian Priest.
How reigns usually are 5 to 7 months, 8 months. I 100% have Damian Priest winning due to CM Punk. I think we're continuing the Drew McIntyre. I'm being cheated out constantly out of my title matches tour. I don't know what to call it, but this is just going to keep. I don't know how long it's going to go on. I don't know if it ends with CM Punk or not, but this is another Drew getting screwed over moment. Priest needs to win. Drew doesn't. Drew, it will be fine. Drew's the biggest star right now that doesn't have a title. Yeah. So yeah. So I think Priest wins again. And I think, just like I said with Bayley, I think both Queen and King of the Rings are winning at SummerSlam. I think this is building up for Priest to lose to Gunther at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I can see it. Yeah, I think we're going to have 2 new champions at SummerSlam, and rightfully so. I don't think we're going to see any Uncle Howdy, Bray Wyatt BS or anything. I think there was a QR code that showed up on SmackDown during the Bloodline segment, and then there was another one that showed up on Raw this week that said 6/17/2024. We're finally
Monday Night Raw,
which is Monday Night Raw. So I think we'll find out something then, but I don't think we're going to get anything at Clash at the Castle.
I agree. I think we're finding out on Monday Night Raw, which is how it should be. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I
think AJ and Cody could use some Uncle Howdy stuff, but to make it a little bit more maybe unpredictable. But yeah, I still don't think Uncle Howdy is going to work, but we'll see.
No. And I think we confirmed we were getting CM Punk as soon as Drew said, I'm not concerned about CM Punk when they're chatting. I'm all about the World Championship. As soon as he said he wasn't worried about Punk, I was like, well, there goes that. He's going to cost you. But all right. Well, that was our super long WWE episode. We had a lot to cover, a lot to talk about. We knocked it all down, got it all going. Yeah, man. Thank you for tuning in. As always, thank you. We're going to do our AEW edition tomorrow where we talk all things. We're going to do Rampage, Collision, and Dynamite. Talk about all the exciting things and not so exciting things that were happening on the other side of the wrestling world. And as always, we appreciate you guys. We're getting more and more likes, more and more comments every single time. So that means the bots are starting to get filtered out. We're starting to get real people finally enjoying our podcast. If you guys keep liking it, keep letting us know, keep following, tell your friends about it. We moved up a little bit too. I think now we're at 1.17. We keep climbing.
We're getting there.
Yes, we are. Like we said, this is our year. And if you like just hearing me, HBD Denton on all social media outlets, TikTok, Instagram, I'm posting everywhere there. I'm Mr. Top 5, man. So if you want to hear some controversial top 5 opinions, look for me.
Do you even watch, bro? Yeah.
Do you even watch wrestling? That's my favorite.
And if you want someone who actually watches wrestling, come over to Ryan Enjoys Wrestling on all social platforms. But I haven't posted in a little while, but I'm getting back to it. I promise. I'm coming. The setback is bigger than the comeback, so the comeback's bigger than the setback. So just you wait. Everyone loves a comeback story, and on TikTok especially. But I'm coming back. It's just been a chaotic time right now, but Ryan Enjoys Wrestling on all platforms. And then if you're like us, you go follow us on YouTube as well. We're, like you said, we're blowing up there. So at Two Dudes with Attitudes. We're at Two Dudes with Attitudes on TikTok, at Two Dudes PC on X. And if you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, thank you for all the love and support. Keep listening. Go give us a 5-star rating and review. And yeah, we appreciate all the love, man, because it's our year. We're gonna blow up this year. I promise you that. 2024 is the year of the dudes.
Your return's going to be so good, you should probably use QR codes to hit them up.
That's right.
It. Two Dudes with Fact. We out.
Let's go. It's the 2 dudes and our attitudes ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit, starting to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E, the 2 dudes with the attitudes will bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.